Hey, welcome back. You already know who I am. Welcome to Epic Conversation. Great laughs, great stories, great art, just plain old greatness. I welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. Conversations with the Media Prince.
Back. Let me get the vibe back. Let me get the vibe back.
Right. Oh. Hey.
Hey,
Yes, get the vibe back.
I'm gonna just let you know right now, you got a bop, okay? That is a complete epic bop, okay?
Oh, thank
Anytime,
you.
anytime you can have me going like this, oh yeah, you got one.
All right,
You got one. So
okay.
first of all, before we start, can I just give you a round of applause for being epic in every way possible? And
Stop
also,
it. Don't gas me up.
can we salute you for being the queen of the bag, okay?
Listen, I'm working on all of that.
Listen, you not only are you working on all of that, you're executing all of that, okay? So
Yeah.
let me read off her stats, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Destiny Payton is a full-on entrepreneur, a CEO, an influencer, an investor, a TV personality, a recording artist, and an epic mother.
Oh.
And indeed, I say the queen of the bag. How are
Listen,
you?
I love that. I'm
How?
tired with all those titles. I'm tired. But I'm grateful. I
Hey,
was just downstairs trying to cook and get on this live and, make a home cooked meal and still be kind of cute and give you what you need.
you look epic, and I want to first thank you for bearing with me because me and Instagram, we don't see quite eye to eye sometimes. So
Listen, you didn't see my message. I said, I need you to teach me TikTok because,
that's the
hey,
new wave. It's so much easier. So Instagram, you got something to do, okay? So we are here on this on 10 Tuesday. The track is fire, like I told you. It's an epic bop. Tell us the inspiration behind it.
So the inspiration actually came from me going back to vocal lessons when I felt like it was time for me to start singing again and getting back into it. And so my vocal coach, Mamie, who is amazing, Mamie Vocals, she's on IG. I was like, yeah, I really want to get back into singing. And she was like, well, let me see what you sound like. So we started working. She's like, okay. And she referred me to one of her friends who was a producer. And I talked to him about what I had been through in the last couple of years. I sent him something that I had written in poem form. And that's how the song came. It was just me,
Hey.
something that I had wrote when I was in an interesting phase.
Okay. Now, I say Old 10 is it feels like it's an in your bag song. Like if you listen to the song, it's kind of, you get in your bag, you have no choice. It's an in your bag song. What was the vibe like in the studio creating that?
So initially it was when we first finished writing, when we did the first verse and we recorded that one first. It was a little emotional, and I know it's like it's a bop, but in that slower part, I was like, actually had tears in my eyes. It's a little bit like, wait a minute, because I'm thinking about some stuff that I really went through. But then the whole transition to the hook and the second verse was showing, hey, but it's time to get that glow up back. It's time to get in your bag and forget about the period that you went through. Not forget about it, but learn from it and be on 10. Be on 10 with your goals, be on 10 with your focus, be on 10 with everything.
You've become such a vessel. Like so many people are Destiny Payton at home watching you, in their households. And now hearing your music is another layer of opening yourself. And that's somebody else. This is somebody else's stories. What was that journey like to becoming a vessel? And did you know you would be so at ease being opened? What was that process like?
So naturally I'm a private person, but I'm also an open book, which is an oxymoron. But I am I know. But I have to get there. Like once I get to a space where I'm safe in wanting to share whatever it is I'm wanting to share. I'm wide open. But yeah, the journey is interesting because I never thought that my avenue to music, because some people think that I just started doing this. I never thought my avenue to music would begin with reality TV. I never thought that. So
So
now that no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was saying you just touched on something that too that I just always and you come from music, so this is not like new to you, but there's this stigma with TV stars becoming pop stars. What do you say to that? Because they've definitely they try to put reality TV stars in like this own box as if they can't grow from out of it. And what I take as you exploring your range of self is exploring another avenue of yourself. So what do you say to that stigma when people try to say, you know, like, oh, you're on TV now, you're doing music? Hey, this is a beautiful thing. I hope people to watch. Um,
Sorry, dealing with
no, no,
kids.
no. This is beautiful. Is we're seeing you multitask, which is this is going to be one of the questions later. But like you're doing it, and so it's beautiful to also see you like balancing everything all at once. But what do you say about the what do you see about the people that do the TV stigma where they like, oh, you're a TV star, now you're trying to do music, where music has actually been in you?
I don't say nothing. I mean, just download the record and listen to it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm gonna put my best foot forward in whatever phase I'm in life, and either you rock with me or you don't. I can't lose no sleep.
I love that. Now, were you always like that, or did that strength come as you went on in the game?
I think let my aunt tell it and my godmother that raised me. I've always been like this. I've always been like this. And the life journey that I started made me this way. Because I ended up, you know, like most people have somewhat of a tumultuous upbringing, and it forces you to be protective of yourself. And I grew up really, really fast.
I like that. I like that. And I think that's why so many people connect with you. Like first of all, when I told my people that I was talking to you, they was like, oh, mysteriously, everybody wants to pull up just to see, you know, let me check and see how you doing tonight. No, don't check on me. You just try to come see Destiny. I know what y'all doing.
Oh, that's sweet.
So
Little
we
old
all
me. I'm like, little old me.
so we all know you from Love and Marriage Huntsville, which has been the trailblazer for the version here in my city, DC. So before you were on 10, you were on ground zero with your business. How did you start? What was the beginning phase for you? What did that look like?
So the beginning phase was when I was living in Atlanta and I was in real estate, and I became a flight attendant. So my partner was a flight attendant as well. We went into partnership with the provisional patent on a hair product, and we started shopping it around Atlanta, going to the distributors, and they loved the product. They wanted the patent, but they didn't really want to work with the two Black girls. And so we started going to beauty supply stores and realized that there was literally, like, I want to say, one Black owned beauty supply store in Atlanta, the Black Becca. And so I started doing research about beauty supply stores all over and trying to figure out what was our ownership, like what was the percentage. And it was almost negative. If you put all the cities together and knowing the Black community, the urban communities, it was really sad. And so when I really got into my career in sales and started making, you know, really good money, I was like, well, you know, I keep having this Nordstrom bill and tax bill. I could be using this towards something else. And so I had an online store, and then I went to a beauty supply store here in Huntsville, and I ended up being questioned and searched. And that was the nail in the coffin for me, you know, getting tapped on the shoulder. I was running my mouth on the phone, and I had my big purse, and I was looking at some makeup brushes, and I remember getting tapped on the shoulder, and it was an officer. And he was like, hey, ma'am, I need to look into your purse. And I'm like, what? He's like, well, they think that you put one of these makeup brushes in your purse. So I dumped my bag, my Neverfull, all on the counter, like, hey, whatever you need. And so I remember just that feeling. And then in the same instance, it was a girl like a couple rows over, like, stop following me. And then that's when those slew of videos started coming out of the treatment in the beauty supply stores, and the girl got choked. It was just a lot. And I was like, you know what, Destiny? It's time for you to really put some purpose in your entrepreneurship. And that's where it came from.
Hey. And one of the key words you said while you were talking, you were saying research. And the reason why you win in every avenue is because you do your research. How important is that? Because I think we're in such a microwave phase of stuff that people just think that they could do things without doing the proper research. Can you please let the
Man,
folks know that want to follow in your footsteps how important research is?
research is everything because, Dr. Google is your biggest source. And then you're also, for me, experience is your biggest source. So if it's something that you want to do and maybe passionate about, I always say, people think I got to get ready. The reality of it is that you're never going to be ready. Even when you're in it, you're not ready. You're learning it as you go, and you're perfecting it through your bumps and bruises. And that's why people charge so much for giving you games, because they've been through so much. They're trying to keep you from the roadblocks. But I understand that now, because I used to be like, I ain't paying that much for them classes. And then when I started really realizing why and what it gave to me for this journey, is so beneficial.
All right. Now you have so many hats. Like when I tell you, you're like the modern day Jamaican. You got a job on top of jobs on top of jobs. How is it stepping into all of those arenas? Because every arena calls for a different destiny. How is that?
Mm-hmm. So for me, I don't even realize that it's so many hats until it's like people start reading them off. Because my brain just doesn't stop. So I'm in a phase right now where I'm like, okay, write that down. Don't put anything into it just yet, because you got other stuff that you need to complete. So it's I don't know. It just keeps coming. Like right now, I got a patent that I'm working on, and I'm like, Destiny, you got to get this finished first. So for me, it's necessary to compartmentalize, but also make sure that you finish a project. So
I like that. Y'all hear that? Make sure you finish a project, okay? So another beautiful thing that I wanted to touch on is as you're growing and manifesting and maneuvering in your career and everything is blossoming, you're also a mom. And I come from a Black mom, and just to see what you guys are able to accomplish and do is so exhilarating yet powerful to see the magnitude of where we come from. But there are other moms just like you that are really trying to find that balance of doing even half of what you're doing. How is that balance? What is that world like?
still figuring it out. I mean, but really, seriously, I had that question, especially when I was a new mom. I was just like, oh my God, like, because I'm used to just like hustle, go. But I had to really take a pause, because I knew that I had to give a certain type of energy and a certain type of structure to my baby. And so now that he's a little bit older, I'm finding you find a balance really in every day. Some days it's more of this and more of that. So the balance is really found in your day to day. Like I know when I get home and I'm done with the day, there is no work. Like there is no work, because it's his time. So, you may catch me send an email or whatever when he's watching whatever Baby Shark. But other than that, my attention is his, and he makes sure he get in my face and he takes it.
Thank you for saying that too, because I know there are a lot of moms watching it that are like, whew, okay, thank you. You just reassured me that, okay, I'm on the right path and we trying to figure it out.
It's a balance
It's
every
like,
day. It really is.
yeah.
And some days you're gonna fall short in various areas. Some days you're gonna fall short in work. Some days you're gonna fall short in mommy and parenting, because I mean we're humans and we're learning as we go. Nobody has the playbook to any of this stuff. I mean, people can only tell you their experiences. So for me, it's a day-to-day journey. Like all my close friends or people that know me are like, "What you doing, girl?" I'm like, "I'm getting my life together." Like, you say that every day. I'm like, because I got to get it together.
That's the motto,
day.
especially in today's world.
Every day I'm getting it together.
So, you just spoke of something beautiful, is that we are all human. And on this On 10 Tuesday, sometimes you may have to get on 10 on somebody, okay? And so we just saw you get on 10 with Stormy on the recent episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville. But in that on 10 experience that is so beautiful
Was
and
that
tying
10?
into which, yeah, but I'm
That
tying
was
it
like
into
a
which,
mile 6.
but even in that, the beautiful thing is we saw the human in you, because we all have those moments where some people will push us to on 10, and we have to give you what you've given us. And then there's also a beautiful maturity of understanding that I'm so beyond this, and how did I get in that? And you forgave yourself for, getting there and moved forward. And some people don't have that strength to forgive themselves, and they end up staying there in that space where they went wrong. What do you say to people that aren't in that don't know how to forgive themselves and move forward, because you're not in your mood. You're not in your mood. You can move past that. And as humans, we all gonna get on 10 at sometimes.
And that's a fact. I would say let ego go, because your ego wants you to be able to, rah rah, and that's what a lot of times gets us there is our ego. But also for me, I'm a big person that like I don't handle disrespect really really well. I don't handle it well at all. And I'm human, and I've been working on it. I got a life coach. I got all kind of stuff that I use. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. All that isn't going on in my head. But ultimately, I feel like if you have a connection and to the source, God, like you just remember that you're human, and you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for the apologies that you never get, and the apologies that you need to give. So ultimately, when you make a mistake or you make a decision that you're not proud of, or even if you feel like, hey, I felt like that was right, but you just have to forgive yourself and move forward, because you can't stay stuck.
Amen. Amen. And in the world we in, on the flip side of this, of us being humans, there are some other humans that deserve this on 10, because they take stuff too far in today's world. So we ain't gonna fake like some of you don't deserve it. They on 10ness, okay? So it's like the good angel and the bad angel. Sometimes the bad angel
Listen,
is
and people
raising
are
up
like,
high.
Destiny goes from 0 to 1,000, and I'm like, really? I really be chilling. If you
You
watch
really
me,
be chilling.
I really be chilling, and I say my little. And most people, when you don't know a person, you don't know what their quirks are. But I'm like, in the moment, I'm not. I don't have a really really strong middle ground. I really don't. But I give like notes, like, hey, hey. So I'm getting to 6 and 7 in my head, but you don't see it.
You know what's
And it.
beautiful? What's beautiful about watching the show is, so, and I think this is the beautiful thing about TV. Period. Is like you become familiar with somebody, especially when they're reminiscent of somebody you know. So I have a friend that I promise you, like, your energy is so familiar with her. So when I saw you, I saw her. And it was a moment like where you get to you understand it, and it's valuable, because if you take me to on 10, you clearly went sideways, because I'm a chill person. And so it was beautiful just that I understood, you get what I'm saying? And on the flip side, I
Mhm.
also understand the human, and understanding where, you could have, you bigger than that, and then you move forward and you figure yourself and you
Mhm.
move forward.
Mhm. But
So
sometimes in the moment, you don't you ain't thinking big. You thinking like, listen, leave me the hell alone, okay?
facts, 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 facts,
Leave
facts.
me alone.
Facts. So I'm glad we just touched on that too, because it's also mental health awareness month. Um, how do you keep your mental in check? Because again, you have so much going on. There is businesses flourishing. There's mommyhood. There's TV. Now you can't just be winning behind the scenes with your business. Now everybody knows your face, and they want everybody
Just
wants you
nip that, by
everywhere
the way.
now. How do you keep yourself intact and insane mentally?
Which is what I've always done, is stay connected to God in prayer, and getting stronger and stronger in my spirituality and my connectedness. I have a life coach I've had for 15 years, um, who is a very strong woman, and has to be because of dealing with me. She says a lot of the things that I don't want to hear, and I fight back, and I'm like, that ain't true. And then I always have these aha moments in the most random places of something that she said to me. I had one in the parking lot like 4 months ago. I'm like walking to the wherever I was going in the parking deck, and I'm like, oh man, she was right. And I always call it, I'm like, I had one of those epiphanies, and she just starts laughing. Like, I knew you would get there eventually. I knew you would. So I have a life coach, and then, you know, I connect with my pastors as well. You know, those conversations I needed. I believe in mental health and therapy and doing the work and facing yourself, because we ain't perfect. And the person that thinks that they're perfect and they don't do anything wrong and all of this stuff is the person that stays stuck. So I try my best to own my stuff. I may not own it in a moment, but after it may take me a minute to get there, but I always get there.
See, this is why I love you. You've already hit two key points today. You do your research and then you do the work. That is why we love you. Okay, so what's next for you with business, and what's next for you in music? Because now you're giving us bops, so I'm expecting more bops now.
Listen, music has always been my love since I was a little girl. Just singing in church, and you know, even to take it all the way back, I talk about how I found out my grandmother and her sisters were like wailers. I mean, for real. We were at a family reunion, and Coretta Scott King is my grandmother's first cousin. So they used to sing in a girls group at Marion, Alabama. And so I'm at this family reunion, and it was a room. I don't remember what it was, like in one of the little halls in the hotel we were in. And I walked in, and I'm like, what? I was probably 13 or 14, and I had just entered my first singing contest at 11 and won. And I didn't even know my grandma and all her sisters and cousins sung. And I'm like, what is this? So it's innately in me. My mother can sing. My dad said he met her in the bar on the east side of Detroit singing. So it's definitely in my DNA, and I'm just working on continuing to hone that and get better at it, at the craft, because I took some time off. And I do have another couple songs that I've been listening to. I was listening to one I think I'm falling in love with, and recording that soon, and just letting this journey lead me where I've been praying to be. And that's you know, sharing my gift with the world and sharing my journey. Hopefully my song can make some people feel good and want to buy it, like you said, and give some educational stuff and you know, some heartfelt stuff too coming. But my journey is that, and get maybe not even maybe, I actually just signed with the management company for my acting, to get back into acting again, because that's another thing that I love. And
another title getting added.
Well, you know, I actually went to performing arts college, so you could check me in some. Look, I was in a lot of background roles and some small principal roles in different shows, like Batman. With, I can't remember which one it was. With the one with Bane, Spider-Man.
I love this. You are
Apartment 23.
This is the beautiful part. I get to learn more about you. You're so it's destined. That's why you're so talented, because it's not on you, it's in you. It's not on you, it's in you. Okay.
It's in me. And I was just talking to my LA family, because I lived there for about 4.5 years, and I call a lot of that journey was me couch surfing, you know, being that starving artist and sleeping on couches. But I was just talking to my another one I consider my adopted family, and she said, I'm just so proud of you, because people don't know you were sleeping on my couch and going on set every day, and car getting broke down, all kind of stuff. So this isn't the beginning of my journey by far. It's been a while.
I love that. And you just had a relaunch for
I did.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I did. So the relaunch was just letting the city know, and letting everybody know that, you know, now that I'm back focused, I'm over the humps of divorce and custody battles, all kind of crazy stuff that I've been dealing with, and still dealing with some of it. But mentally, I'm in a great space, and you know, staff is coming to me. God is blessing me with good people, because I know one thing that I don't want to do again is be the boss. I just want to be the owner. I just want to be the owner. Okay, listen. So with that being said, yeah, we relaunched, restocked, you know, got our online store back up, and we're adding products daily.
Hey,
So yeah, doing some partnerships, and now I have some beauty supply stores that want my product because I have Madani Beauty Glow Up Collection, which is 3 products. Yes, I have a Skin Glow, which is a vitamin C serum, and I have a Brow Enhancer, which is a brow growth serum, and then I have the Recovery Elixir, which is a hair growth serum as well. So I've had that for almost 2 years. I've been working on that, and now I started it, showing it to the public last year, and or a little over a year now. And now I'm really ready to show the world the Glow Up collection.
Hey, so what it sounds like is a lot of wins coming to you in the future. I'm gonna just say this. I don't know. I feel like there's a book coming from you too. Hopefully I'm speaking this into existence, but
I had already
book.
listen. I've always wanted to do a book because I wanted girls that came from where I came from to know that life doesn't stop because you've been through trauma. And being that I have a drug addicted mother. She's in rehab right now. Thank you, Lord. Please pray for her, y'all. It was her decision, so I'm so grateful for that. Being in that world, coming from a city like Detroit, which is not for the faint of heart, and being in the foster care system until my dad got custody of me, like those things could have derailed my life completely. Right. But I always wanted to write a book about that. And now that I have a platform, I definitely want to write a book. And then dealing with the trauma of divorce, and being a mom, and having miscarriages and all that. I mean, I got a lot I can share with y'all. And I definitely am working on a book. That's so crazy that you said that.
See, I told you I could feel it. And it also goes with your story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's winning like you, doing as great as you, and we see the triumphs. We know there has to be trials. And just like you, your trials would definitely help someone that is looking for the answer that only you can give.
Peaks and valleys. And valleys.
So I'm gonna play a game with you. But before I play the game with you, there were some diehard fans of the show that really wanted me to ask questions for you. Okay.
Oh Lord. Okay.
So the first one comes from Karen487 on Instagram. She wants to know, will you and Melody ever be friends again?
Friends is a very, very, very strong word for me. And for me, friendship includes a lot of things. And opposition is one of the things that friends go through. And I said this multiple times. How you move in opposition lets me know how I move forward with you. And so to answer that, I don't see a friendship.
Okay.
What needs to go on a t-shirt? I like t-shirts.
How you said how you move in opposition is how, like, that is
how I move forward. Yeah. Because everybody goes through opposition. You go in opposition in your relationship, your marriages. Y'all not gonna be on the same page throughout, the journey, but how you move when we're not in a good place lets me know how we move forward.
You should. I could just tell you, everybody. I know somebody watching like, amen. Okay, so unconditional.
But as I always say, I wish you the best.
Hey, another question. It's the last question. From unconditional _, AP. She says, "Hi, Destiny. Do you plan on teaming up with Stormy to carry your products and her products in your store?"
I've tried that. I tried that before she was even on the show, and she mentioned that I think it was on one of those Facebook pages or something, that she felt that I should have went through, or she sent me to a distributor because I was trying to come to the source, which was her, and a lot of people don't do that. And what else was it that she said? Because her warehouse is literally a minute or two away from my store, and her thing was my store was never open, and it was small as far as me going straight to her, and that I should she was connecting me with a distributor that I never got a call or any information from. So to answer that question, I'm a big proponent on people working together, especially Black people. But when someone feels the need to kind of brag and say my stuff is in all the other beauty supply stores and I'm the only Black owned one there and her stuff is not in my store,
I get it. Yeah. So she tried, ladies and gentlemen. and she did not deny the bag. She was trying to still get to it, and she tried. And so, hey, well. Oh, so I want
It's
to
in
play a
every other
game.
beauty supply store in Huntsville, though, if y'all want to get it.
So before I let you go, I want to play with a game with you called Ignore or On 10. So I'm gonna give you some scenarios, and you let me know if you would ignore or are you on 10. Are you ready? Okay.
I don't know.
The first one is someone cuts you off in traffic. Are you ignoring or are you on 10?
It depends on where I'm going, because I'd probably be like, what the, if I'm really going somewhere, but if not, then I'm probably gonna be like, this fool can't drive or whatever. So probably ignore.
Okay. So FYI, don't be in her way when she got somewhere to go, okay?
I might
But
got a
other
little
than
bit of
that,
road rage then.
but other than that, you're safe. Okay. Someone is asking you to repeat yourself for the third time. Ignore or on 10?
That's a pet peeve of mine. Like, listen. I said it. I said what I said.
Hey.
It probably might go to 10, just a little bit. Like, hey, I ain't repeating myself again now. This is that third time, because that's what happened. I think that's what happened the other night.
Okay. Being told I watch your little show. Ignore or that's gonna make you go on 10.
Ignore.
Okay.
Did you watch
Okay.
it? Thank you.
There you go. Okay. The DJ keeps skipping the song you getting down to in the club. Ignore or you on 10?
Now, if I'm in a groove now, you might get it on 10. Like, listen, I'm in my zone. Are you playing? Like, you need to get your skills up, bruh.
Okay. The mac and cheese at the potluck is runny.
Listen, let me tell you something. Now, I don't play by my food. That's one thing I do like to do is eat. Okay, on 10.
There we have.
Who made
All
this?
right, I got two more for you. The deaconess has caught the Holy Ghost for the 8th time at church and has bumped you in the shoulder hard. Are you ignoring or you on 10?
Y'all are foolish. Okay, we in church, right? I'm gonna have to just pray. Lord, please give me not the strength, but the strength. Give me the strength.
All right. I got one more for you. The State of the Union is playing on the OWN network on y'all time slot. Are you ignoring or you on 10?
I'm on 10. Come on now. People want to be entertained, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the one, the only Destiny Payton. Please let them know where they can follow you at and when they can download the song at.
Yes, you can go to Apple Music, you can go to Spotify, you can go to 1rpm.com as well, because that's my distributor. And you can click my link in the bio at The Destiny Payton. And you also can find me on Facebook at The Destiny Payton as well.
Hey. And can we shout out? She said her song is on all streaming platforms, okay? This ain't no Cousin Ray Ray
I just
song.
had somebody
This is
call
a
me
real
from Detroit, said it
legit
was on
song, and it's
XM.
everywhere. You can get it on all the streaming platforms. This ain't no SoundCloud track. This is some legit music, okay? This is something we can bop to in the club. I am so thankful to talk to you tonight. You are just as epic as I knew you were going to be, and
You're so
I'm
sweet.
excited. You've exceeded my expectations. I just knew you was gonna be lit, but you're even more lit than me. You have a future purchaser of the book, and you have a new supporter in all avenues that you went in. For everybody watching this, if you missed this tonight, I will be editing this up and giving it my little razzle dazzle, and this will be a part of my new season on YouTube. So it's gonna look even better than it does here. But I just thank you for talking with us tonight. I wish you much more success in the future. Continue to win. Continue to be a vessel for us, because when we see you win, we see us. You are us. We come from you, Black woman. Okay? And I just thank you for where you're about to be and the stories you're about to continue to share that's going to help somebody else reach their next destination of life. So I thank you.
Thank you, Media Prince. I am so grateful. I appreciate you.
Yes, yes. So now I'm about to go catch up on the rest of y'all foolishness, okay? Cause y'all got I'm binging today. So it's
On 10, pulling up with the back end.
hey, so I feel like that's how we should end though. I feel like we should end like
Oh.
on the vibe. I feel like we should end on the vibe.
50 pointers on my neck, dripping, dripping in the bag. Both seconds on my feet, classy chick, got my bad one. 313 HSV,